This video will cover how to download, complete, upload, and then make corrections in a SAM project. Okay, I'm going to go into Blackboard or into Canvas, excuse me, and I'm going to select Word Module 1 SAM Project 1. Okay, I'm going to click on Load Word Module 1 SAM Project 1 in a new window. Now that the project has opened up, I'm going to click on Start. Okay, I'm going to download these three files. The first file is an instruction file on how to complete the project. The second file is a Word starter file. And the third file is a picture that you're going to use when you're creating the project. Okay, so I'm going to download the instructions and I'm going to make sure and save it. You don't want to open this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the starter file and with the picture file. Okay, now there's something else on the screen I want you to notice here. This area is where you're going to come back to when you upload the file into the system. Okay, I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to my downloads folder because that's where my files are. And the first instruction in the instructions is to change this 1 to a 2. The instruction also tells you that if you don't see .docx, don't worry about it. Don't try to add it. Okay, I'm going to right click on that file name and I'm going to select rename. I'm going to come back up here, put my insertion point right between the 1 and the period, and I'm going to backspace one time and then I'm going to type a 2 and then I'm going to click outside of it. Now that's the same thing as opening the file and saving it with a new name, but the advantage is you only have one file here. You don't have two. If you open it and then save it with a new name, you'll have two files that have almost the same name. Okay, so now that I've got that done, I'm going to skip ahead because I've already created this file and I've intentionally put an error in it so that we'll have something to correct. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to the MindTap page for Word Project 1. I'm going to browse for my file. Okay, I've placed it on the desktop and there it is. So I'm going to select it, click Open. Now I'm going to click Submit. Okay, when it submits properly, I'll get this one note here that it's submitted, plus you'll get 3 green check marks. Okay, this thing grades almost instantly. So now if I close this window, this is going to take me to what you call the calendar view in MindTap. Now I've put deep links in our course where when you click on any of the links to MindTap content, it takes you directly to that item. But if you were to use the overall MindTap content link that's up in the MindTap content area or module, it would take you to this view. Now this is always 1 week behind where our actual content is. And that the reason why is I always make these due on Monday. So if you wanted to see the actual place in here, there we've got Word Module 1, SAM Project 1. If I click on that, it would take me right back to the page where we just submitted this at. Okay, I'm going to go over here and click Open Full Gradebook so I can see how I did on this project. Now you'll notice there's an awful lot more stuff in this than what I assign in the course. The only thing you have to worry about in here is the SAM projects. So I'm going to go to Word Chapter 1. We're going to try and ignore that data fetch error on the screen and see if we can get to this without having to do anything to deal with that. So I'm going to click on the grade right here where it says 99%. Okay, now this allows me to view what's wrong with my attempt. So I'm going to click on View. And then I've got something here that says Generate Report. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to offer to let me save this file or just open it up. Now, if you're using Chrome, whenever you do something that could result in a downloaded file, Chrome will automatically download it. I'm using Firefox, and that's why I'm getting these questions here about whether I want to open the file or save it. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK for Save File. I'm going to go to my Downloads folder. I'm going to open up that file, and this is it right here, the report. I'm going to enable editing. That enable editing happens because we're going to be opening a file that came from the internet. And then I'm going to scroll down and see what the problem is. Okay, the problem is that there was the paragraph that had the word auditions should have been formatted using a 12-point spacing before the paragraph. Okay, I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to my file, which is on the desktop. I'm going to open it. I'm going to go down to the paragraph that's got the word auditions. I'm going to put my cursor in there so I'm in that paragraph. I'm going to click on the Layout tab, and I'm going to change the spacing before it to 12 points. I'm going to save my file. Okay, I'm going to close it. It's always best to close a file before you submit it. I'm going to close it. I'm going to go back to MindTap. I'm going to close the report window. I'm going to close the view window. And then I'm going to scroll down. And let's see if I can get back to the project from here. No, I can't. So I'm going to collapse this full grade book using the double arrows here. Now I'm going to go back to the project from here. It says that I've got 2 attempts remaining. You have a total of 3. I'm going to click Start. I'll have to click Start again. And now I'm going to submit the file again. So I have to browse for it. It's on the desktop. I select it. I click Open. And then I submit it. Okay, it's submitted. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to open the full grade book again. I'm going to scroll down to the project. And I see now that my score is 100. So hopefully this video has helped, and good luck.